What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dell's Den, as we're going to be discussing a topic from a creator that I have been watching for, probably more than a decade at this point in time. Tyrone Magnus. I love the guy. I really do. I love his personality. I love what he likes to dish out. I love his opinions. However, the only thing that I wanted to come on here and talk about was the new Superman. The new Superman by James Gunn. He says that it's a lot of opinions that he ends up giving off. However, these opinions, the more that I watch him and the closer that this movie gets, is almost not opinionated. It feels very aggressive, but not like in a rude way. Just stick to your guns. And mostly it's about the suit. So I wanted to talk about these types of topics. Again, this is probably the only time I'm ever going to end up doing this, because I usually don't review creators. But my thing is that there's more to this specific suit and to this character than what I even feel that he understands. Now, he's a big Superman fan. That could mean a lot of things. You could be a big Superman animated fan. You could be a fan who likes the comics. You could be a fan who just likes the movie adaptations. And if I remember correctly, he has stated that it's strictly movies. But we're going to touch base on a lot of movies. Or a handful of movies. We're going to touch base on the current movies that we've gotten and look back on a couple of ones that were not just originals like Christopher Reeves. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and let's get into it. All right. Let's get into this video, and then we'll talk a little bit more, because I already have some things that I wanted to be able to discuss, and that's all up but the tabs up top that you just saw. So we'll get right into it.
Look at this suit. Absolutely crushes James Gunn's Superman suit. I do not know anything, any story about this suit. All I know is that it's a concept of a Superman suit. Excuse me. As you can see, it has the shield that James Gunn's Superman uses also. So someone sent this to me and was like, well, you gotta check this out. This blows away James Gunn's Superman suit. That horrible, baggy biker gang jacket, pants, bodysuit is horrible. That man worked out all that much. Got the big veins in the biceps for that man. That is an absolute shame. There is nowhere on that suit that the James Gunn Superman suit is better. Tell me where. I'm waiting. I am waiting. Nowhere. Even if you say he is, then you're lying. Ain't nothing there that it beats it in every single way, shape, and form. Someone sent me something the other night, a picture of something that said they're supposed to get another suit by the end of the movie. Who gives a damn? If the main suit through most of the movie is still horrible, so what? It's an eyesore. I'll never stop talking about it. Be 50 years from now, we'll be talking about this, and I'll be like, yeah, the thing that was really bad about that movie I remember the most is the suit. The suit was terrible. Till this day, it's still the most horrible Superman suit that I've ever seen in my life. So let me know what you think about this.
Yeah, so that's pretty much his video at this point in time. Again, when he starts talking about these types of things, it's just like, it has to have muscles. He stated in a lot of videos, and I do watch a lot of his videos because I am a fan. I love his content. It's entertaining. I love the way that he keeps it. Because I've been watching him for so long, do I feel like he needs to update a little bit? Maybe like a new computer. Honestly, there's a huge echo in the background. I know that he could do a lot more right now with technology that's out there when it comes to editing and microphone and audio and all that good stuff. But regardless, I'm going down a different rabbit hole. Again, one more time, I love his content. I love his energy for sure. He talks about the suit, and we're talking about the James Gunn suit. Now, we know what it looks like. We've already seen it in multiple different type of shots. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's that bad of a suit. Honestly, it's a pretty good suit. He talks about how it's so baggy. James Gunn has a completely different type of vision, and being able to know that his favorite Superman is, I believe, from what I remember, is the All-Star Superman. That was his vision behind what we're getting right now as far as Superman legacy. However, I want to talk about the other suits that Tyrone Magnus is always talking about. And it's just, he loves this muscular type of physique. He likes to have the muscles show. It shows masculinity, it shows power, it shows all types. It's just more appealing to him. And again, that's his opinion. But again, as you heard when it came to discussing the suit, it gets a little bit like aggressive a little bit. We all know that the Man of Steel is his guy. It's Henry Cavill. To this day, he won't stop talking about Henry Cavill. And could I say that he's just a big Henry Cavill fan, a big Henry Cavill nerd? Just he's the best Superman? I don't know. I don't know the guy. I just know that this is his favorite type of Superman. Now, personally, Henry Cavill's good. It's just his personality, man. Like, it's dull throughout the whole movie. I ain't even gonna lie. There's no characteristics from him. There's no upbeat attitude. There's really nothing too much that really showed that he can play both roles, Clark Kent and Superman, because they were the same tone throughout the whole movie. Actually, all movies. It never even changed. I didn't even get to see like a lighter side of him. But again, that's Zack Snyder's Superman. That's his adaptation. So he wanted to go with the dark, the gritty, Batman-esque type character. And I like it, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't rate this at one of the top best Superman on the planet. You know what, if you actually look at some of the other characters of Superman that have come out, they're very muscularly built. This is the New 52. The New 52 version, when it first came out, this is what Superman was presented as. We have pretty much identical things going on here. Small little buckle. It's not even a buckle. It's like a nameplate. We have a small little buckle. He's all musculared out. But I want to get y'all to keep an eye out for some of these other details, though. You see these lines here? Let's just remember some of these lines on his suit itself, right? But then we move on and we go to the Injustice, right? Or Justice League War. He's all buffed out. You can tell the muscles are there. Same thing with a little bit of a belt buckle. More of a Henry Cavill look. And it's just, that's the direction that they're going. Now, I know he doesn't really keep up with the animated universe, but I'm pretty sure Tyrone would end up saying that this is probably even a better suit than what he's seen from James Gunn as well, even though that it's animated. We go even further and we're looking at the Injustice Superman. I'm pretty sure he might even like this one because, again, you can see the calves, you can see the biceps, the triceps, you can see the rib cage, everything. It's all detailed out, and this is his style. Should we knock on it? No, not at all. But again, him being so aggressive towards these characters, towards this suit, this specific suit, it's mind-blowing because there's so many good things about this suit. Like, again, we go back to All-Star Superman. All-Star Superman has to be one of the greatest animated films I've ever watched when it comes to Superman. Like, it's just so well played out, but when you look at the character himself, is he all muscled out? Yes, he's animated. I get it, but we just saw Justice League War Superman. We just saw Injustice Superman all buffed out. But then when you go to All-Star, it's subtle. The suit is just so beautifully well done. The cape is great. The coloring on the silver, on the gold, and the red and the blue is just that subtle, welcoming blue. I don't know how to explain it, right? You take a couple of other side shots, he's not overly built because the suit doesn't make Superman. He is Superman. The suit is just an aesthetic. But again, keep in mind, when we look at New 52, we're coming close to what I need to discuss. So keep an eye out for these, and then keep an eye out for this guy's facial expressions, because you got to remember, this Superman of All-Star Superman is what started this whole James Gunn. This is his vision. But then we go forward and look, even the Young Justice's Superman is not all buffed out. You don't see his abs. You don't see, but it's a great suit. It's an amazing suit for this episode. You look at a couple of other photos and it's just, nope, not buffed out, huh? Nope, but they played the character. Now, we never really, I don't think we ever got to see Clark Kent, but this individual who played Superman did a great job on top of all that. It's really the voices and the characters and how they bring them to life and how they present Superman is what makes Superman. Now, we all know Superman is a fictional character. We shouldn't be this too hung up on it, and I get it. But when there's such passion on Superman, and you talk about it with passion, but then you hate on the newest project, it's like, where's the love? I've hardly heard one good thing about him talking about the new James Gunn. We're even going to go a step further. Superman and Lois. Tyler Hoechlin. Not all buffed out. There's clearly some muscle action going on, but subtle. Nothing too crazy. You know why? Because the actor embodied Superman. It didn't matter what the suit like, because he had a couple of bad suits, in my opinion. He had a couple of suits, in my opinion. But overall, again, it wasn't the suit that made Superman. It's who can present Clark Kent and Superman together. And then we continue to the original animated. Is he big, heavy up top? Sure. And you can say animated all day long. But again, this is not all roided out. And you know how I know that they can add muscles in these old school cartoons? Is because of Bane. It's because of Bane. That's how I know that they could have done it. But they chose not to. They chose to be subtle about it. Again, Superman, he is the person of hope. But let's just go even further, right? Superman Returns with Brandon Routh. Look at him. It's a great look, in my opinion. A little bit off, don't get me wrong. This was supposed to be a continuation of Christopher Reeve, so don't forget about that, right? He returns. But again, not that bad. A little bit darker on the look for sure. They could have gone a little bit more red for the underwear and for the cape, for the emblem. But overall, and he played the character pretty damn well. Pretty damn well. But then we also have the classic, Christopher Reeve, the one who started everything, right? Yeah, he was built underneath. But as a whole, they didn't give him a suit that was going to show all of his muscles and him bulging out and him all. No. Because again, that's not what makes Superman. So being able to say that this is the worst suit out of all of them, that is insane to say. There's some muscle definition. You can clearly see it in the pack. You can clearly see that it wraps around here. You can see the muscle tone. And if you look at this photo, just look at it. It has a little bit of everything. In my opinion, this has to be probably the most fan requested, listened to, comic accurate suit I could ever, not straight from the comics, right? But if you added a little bit of everything, you're gonna see it. Again, the classic red underwear, like Christopher Reeve, right? You got these, again, remember what I stated. You see these lines that go through? What did I say? New 52. You got a little bit of New 52 going on. You have the gold belt buckle. And even if you look at the length of the suit itself, where it cuts off right below the knuckle, right? What does that look like? Bam! Justice League War. You got a little bit of everything. Should we go further? The cape. the cape. We've seen it in the trailers. Personally, that gives me more of All-Star Superman's cape. Just my opinion. And could we go even further than that? The emblem. The emblem, which is based upon mostly of Kingdom Come Superman. Now keep in mind, look, see, I stated a couple of bad suits. But I didn't care because he played the character so well. But when you look at Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman makes sense why he's all buffed out. Okay, not only was he written like that and drawn like that, but he's an older Superman. I swear to you, if I remember correctly, and I could be completely wrong because I'm a good Superman fan, I'm just not, oh my god, into the lore, but as they get older, don't they, like, their peak is like later on or something like that? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, they look more stronger. They've been on Earth more. Again, you go back over to the Dark Knight Superman, and he was an old dude there too. Not old, but like prime Superman. Like, that's how his Kryptonian heritage came into play. But look at the suit though. Muscled out, yes, but not crazy. Like, the suit isn't skin tight. It's loose in certain areas. In my opinion, Kingdom Come Superman's emblem. Come on. Who in their minds would have thought that somebody was going to end up doing that? But then we go back over to the vision of James Gunn. And that's All-Star Superman. This is what the movie, or at least the character, is supposed to be based off of. Not directly from the comics, clearly, but the character, the way that this Superman is played. He has personality. He can change between Clark Kent and Superman, as we've seen in the trailer, where he gets a little bit nerdy and hesitant, and then he immediately switches to confident when he's talking to Lois. Everything that I've seen so far, I'm loving this character of Superman. But if we continue to say that this suit is the worst suit to your fan base consistently and consecutively, you are hurting everything that he's trying to create because of your following. At least give some type of credibility, because every time you get on a mic, brother, when it comes to Superman and it's about this James Gunn, you say one or two nice things, but then you continue to go on and drag the suit in the mud when it has so much fan service in it. After everything that we just reviewed today, as a sample, and I'm pretty sure real Superman fans can even go further into this, just as a sample, the credibility that I gotta give James Gunn is through the roof. He is a talented individual who just does everything just absolutely right, in my opinion. I've never seen a bad James Gunn film. Have I seen a mediocre James Gunn film? Oh yeah, for sure. But never a bad one. And I think what he's doing, not only with the character and the suit, but the marketing, the toys, the commercials, the collaborations, the crossovers, everything that you continue to see almost on a daily, I lied, that's almost on a weekly, is insane. He is putting in the work, and I don't think this is something that's, again, this is his vision, this is what he does. Like, he has full control of this whole project, and he's putting in the work. He's reaching not only individuals like us, but he's even reaching the younger crowd with all the toys, with all the merchandise, everything that has been shown. Like, that's all that we're talking about. Superman. Don't get me wrong, I know the other movie that's coming out is Fantastic Four, but James Gunn, in my opinion, is going to blow them out of the water. Continue to drag the suit into mud. Okay, that's your opinion. But don't just sit there and not give it credit. because everything about it, people were talking about it. There's a lot of fan service in this suit, and what I think that he's doing with Clark Kent and Superman, I think he's doing a great job so far from what he's shown. All we can do is hope at this point in time, but for all of us, everybody that I've met, everybody that I've seen in comments, at least give some credit to the man that's bringing this character to the screen like we've never seen it before. Have a great night.
Oh God, I love being a turtle!